Welcome to Bonehead Gaming.
Okay gamers, and welcome back to another Sky Factory. Now, Christmas is out the way, New Year's is out the way, so we are back to recording. If you like the videos you see, please do press the like button, and if you do like the content, then subscribe. Now, we are going to get into some sort of storage system, because at the moment we are a mess. We have all of our chickens down there, we've got boxes over here, boxes there, boxes here, boxes there, just boxes everywhere. So what we're going to do is we are going to try and make the Emmy system from refined storages. Now I've prepped as much as I can, so it's going to be a bit of a short episode since it's the start of the new year. I want to get it out of the way. And I have also started building a little house area which is going to house my storage. So first of all we need a grid. We'll take that there. Let's just get you things, so I went a little bit too fast then. Refined. Okay, so the crafting grid is a couple cores and processors. I'll show you how to make these in a minute. Quartz enriched iron we've gone through before, and machine casing is quartz enriched iron. So we've got our grid. We need a disk drive. Now I want 4 of these. So again, 2 advanced processors. I'll show you these all in a minute. And enriched iron, so 4 of those. And some storage drives. Now I'll explain these in a little bit as well. Let's clear those bits out. I do excuse the noise. I do have some scaffolding being put up outside. Oh, I've forgotten what that was for now. Now we do need a crafting grid. That's what it's for. So the grid we made, if we put that in there now, we now have a crafting grid. Now something I've already made is a controller. So a machine casing, I've already shown you that. Diamond, enriched, and silicone. And the only other thing I have made is the solderer. Now the solderer is 2 pistons and quartz. This is what you use to make all of these things. So follow me. We have the 3 solderers. So at the moment we are making a few bits and pieces. We have the controller, which powers everything basically. So we are going to first of all put our crafting grid here. So now we'll put a few of these down. I'll explain these drives a little bit more. And this crafting grid, obviously there's nothing here at the moment. No discs are inserted, no output. So I'll just explain the back here. This is our new power source for the back. We have an ender chest connected to our lava eggs. So we have lava eggs coming in here. The lava eggs are going into the fluid tank, generating lava. That fills a bucket which goes to there, goes out, and goes into this furnace, or generator, sorry. Now we have, normally it's only 100,000 RF, but we've added the octadic capacitor, I don't know if that's pronounced correct, which increases the power to 500,000 instead of 100. Now this is where, once we go in here, the recipes for this, do I have any? Bear me 1 second. Okay, so with the solderer, we're just going to empty this one out a moment. Let's get a couple of these silicones in there. So when you put silicone through the furnace or the solder, it comes out and gives you a printed silicone. Now, there's 3 different recipes you can have. Everyone has redstone in the middle, everyone has the printed silicone in the bottom. Now you can either have the advanced processor, or down here we got the basic printed, or we have the printed improved. Now to make these, you basically put a diamond, gold or iron into a furnace and it cooks, and this is what comes out. So when they come through you get the advanced processor like we've already got, and a few printed basics. So let's just dump these in the chest. Now what we need to do is we need to make some drives for these things. So if we go along here, we have a 1K storage drive, a 4K storage drive, 16K, and the 64K. 64 is the largest you can get. So that's 64,000 items in each of these drives. Now obviously we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times 8, and then times that by 64 is how many items we can have. So before we go more explaining, let's make some. So I've already preempted, there's 2 ways to make the storage drives. You can either get the core and a few bits and pieces together and that makes a drive, or you can do the storage housing. Ooh, sugar. Oh, I've made the storage housing. I've only made 12 though, so not going to be able to make as much as I'd like. Storage housing, how's that made? Quartz, redstone and stacked glass. I've got glass cooking up so I can make more in a minute. But anyway, right, that's the first one emptied. The next one is going to be the 1K storage case in which we just made. The printed basic processor, which is the redstone, the empty case and the iron one. Let's make these a minute. Make as many as we can. We'll come back and do the rest later on. Then we got stage 3. This is for the 16K core processor. We again have the enriched iron, redstone in the middle, the 4Ks that we just made. Let's just even these out a little bit. There we go. And we have the improved processor, which again was the gold. Oops. So let's make all of those. Now for the last one we need advanced processors. So let's just go in here. We've got 3 stacks, take those out. And let's just pump in as much of this as we can. Oh, we can only actually make one 64K for the moment. But that is absolutely fine. Now, all we do is we get that 64K, put the drive next to it, and boom, we have a 64K storage drive. So now we go over to here. You see it says 0 to 0. We throw the 64K in. Bang, 0 to 64K. Now, this is our crafting grid. Let's see if we got some simple basic things I can throw in there. Okay, so when you're in your crafting grid, this up here is your storage. So if we got oak wood, we can throw that in there. You see it says 2. We're now using 2 of 64K. But with the crafting grid, we have ourselves a little workbench here, so we could either put a block in, and boom. Went a little bit quick there again. So what I'll do is, we're going to do sticks. In fact, we can use the Emmy system, so let's just do stick. Click the stick you want, press the plus, and it moves it down. Now when you craft, it uses what's in the storage rather than just emptying this box, so we can do as many as we want. Now I'm not going to do that. Let's clear again. Now we can make ourselves a crafting table if we wanted to. Put it in the top. And say we want to make something out of sticks and wood. Is there something simple here we can do? Come on. There we go. Let's say we want to make ourselves a wooden pickaxe. There we go. We don't have enough, but we got enough for a hoe. And I mean, that, guys, is our storage system. Now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be getting another ender chest, which I'm going to put around here somewhere, and that's going to connect to the back of this. All of my chickens are going to come squirting up to here. So what I'm going to do for the moment, oh yeah, so I'll show you my controller now. You can now see we've got extra things in here. We've got a disk drive, 3. That one is because that's the only one that's got a power unit in it. 3 empties and 3 solderers, and the crafting grid all gaining power. Power is not dropping whatsoever. Not really using a lot, to be fair though. So let's get all of these bits in here, because these are bits I need for crafting here later on. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have enough obsidian to make all of these chests. So I'm going to use... Ooh, the only other problem is wool. Right. I will be back with you guys once I've crafted a bit of this stuff up and we've had a little bit of experimenting. Okay guys, so we are just gonna get these crafted up a minute. Whoops. Alright, I need some more chests. Now you can see my storage chests here are getting ridiculously full, so I will have to put some filters in for the things like wood and other basic crafted materials, because the last thing I want is to be so much of it I just can't do anything. I don't want to have my storage system filled up full of just wooden planks. I won't do that in this episode because, to be honest with you, that's something I don't really know how to do, and I'm going to have to look into myself. Okay, now the way I'm going to do this is going to make a hell of a bit of a mess, but I'm basically going to break the box and throw an ender chest on top. Before I do that though, we are going to set this all up so it's ready to go and we don't go losing everything. Because the last thing I want to do now is to place this down and just everything vanishes. Now, a few bits and pieces I don't mind, you know. There's some bits there that are just an absolute waste. Right, that's the crafting grid. That's going to go there. There's nothing in there at the moment. Now, I'm going to put one obsidian in there. Can't see it yet, but hopefully when I put this next chest down, it's going to show up. Now let's see how many slimes we've got downstairs. Only a couple. Oh no, there's a big one. I've really got to put down some sort of torch to stop all these mobs spawning. This is just frustrating. And I mean, you can see what I've got the chickens here. I've got all these on this side, all that down that side. These pens are both filled up for the chickens, and these pens here. What I'm thinking of doing though is 2 chickens here, ender chest in the middle, 2 chickens above, and have everything doubled. Now, as this is ink sacks, I don't really give 2 craps about ink sacks. There is an absolute mess. There we go. Now that's filling up, and that should be going into my storage system. Now I do realise a minute ago with what I was saying, everything I put in that ender chest a minute ago would actually gone straight into my Emmy system, so I kind of messed up a little bit on what I was telling you there. So this stuff is slowly decreasing. It is actually going a lot slower than I was expecting. Let's quickly go over to our Emmy system and see what's what. Now the problem with the Emmy system, the situation I've got at the moment is I really need these extra drives. I only got 4 items in there at the moment. Whoops. Oh. Okay. 12, 11. Well, this is going to... That's filling into there, right. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. Refined. Nope. I need a... importer. Right, so let's go get ourselves some enriched quartz. I don't think I had any of that here. There we go, guys. Now, so you can see, there you go, the ink sacks are going up. 1, 2, that's going slowly. So what I've done is I've done an importer. So I needed to make a few cables, which are just quartz, glass, redstone, and then the importer, which is a destructive core and an improved processor. So the destructive core, slightly different to the other ones I've shown you. It's you get the basic processor and add nether quartz. The basic processor was in the solder, printed bacon, printed basic, redstone, and printed silicone. If you click on the printed basic, it's basically bone and ironing, and it gives you that. So that is it, guys. I'm going to spend my next couple of hours real life time changing all of these chests for the ender chest like I've done here, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now there is a couple other things I want to try and do on it still. I'm not sure how yet, but I want to try and place a little filter in, so all the chicken manure goes to here, creates my dirt, and we keep on going here. So anyway, guys, happy gaming, bye.